Success can take many forms, but most importantly, it can be a positive and uplifting story. This is Success in Iowa. On this episode of Success in Iowa, we travel to the southwest part of the state in Pottawatomie County and the community of Oakland, where Rachel Dorr has been growing her accounting business. Let's learn more. Let's take a step back and travel back to when you first decided that you wanted to hang your own shingle outside, and instead of being an accountant for a firm somewhere, you wanted to do it on your own. Talk about that process.
Well, prior to going back to college to get my accounting degree, I was freelancing for a handful of clients doing some bookkeeping and payroll and tax type work. And when I had finished my degree, the natural step was to go out and find a job in the field. And I found myself not wanting to step away from my current clients, and just decided to grow what I was already doing with my current clients and give it a go on my own, and knowing that traditional employment was always an option for me if need be.
I've talked with people in different areas of business, and it's one thing to know the nuts and bolts about the business and how to be an accountant. It's something else entirely, how to operate a business.
Yes, you're definitely right. The technical work is what it is. It's black and white, but there's definitely a lot of gray when it comes to actually running a business, and all of the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs and the wins and the losses. We don't call them losses. We call them lessons, because there's always something to learn from the bumps in the road along the way.
When you started out on your own, how many bumps did you hit? Was it something that you were ever at a point where you felt, I'm not sure I can do this?
Yeah, definitely. Like every day. And I think that that's something that most small business owners share. There's always those moments of, can I handle this? Can I make this work? The pressure at the end of the day, it all lies on your shoulders. So there's definitely a lot of wavering with your confidence, but the more you do it and the more wins that you see on a regular basis, the easier it gets, but it never goes away.
Were you able to garner any support from some of your clients? Because the thing is that for someone who's not a small business owner, we look at accounting as just doing our personal taxes, but there's a lot more to accounting, and you work with a lot of small businesses. I would think that you can get some support from that community as well.
Absolutely. And it's interesting how connected people are in the small business community, and how we can all support each other. And, we can make connections, we can give referrals back and forth. And, I got a guy for that, so we can all work together and support each other and play on each other's strengths.
You talked about small business community. You can take the word business out. You're in a small community. Oakland, Iowa is not Oakland, California. It is a much, much smaller community, but yet when you decided to go out on your own, you decided to stay right there.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And being in a rural community that is 30 to 45 minutes from a metro area, being Council Bluffs, Iowa, and then you can go right across the river there to Omaha, Nebraska, the thought of making a commute to the city every weekday is daunting. And there's a lot of people that do that. It just wasn't something that was in the cards for me and my family. So staying in this small community, again, you get that support outside of businesses. And it really just is a good feeling to, know your neighbors and know the people that you're working with.
How much adjustments did you have to make when the COVID pandemic hit last spring? Did it change the way that you do business very much?
Definitely, as it did for all of us. One advantage I had is that I can pretty much work from anywhere. So I did already have that flexibility in place to be able to work from the office or work from home. Visits from clients and to clients kind of switched from in person to over Zoom. which comes with its own challenges, but nothing too big to overcome. I'd say the biggest shift was just dealing with all of the government programs available for small businesses. There were some Iowa-specific grants and things available that we really all just kind of had to stop and evaluate where we are and what kind of resources we could take advantage of when the pandemic hit.
I know that you do a lot of work inside of the community, as your husband does, because he decided to become a teacher. So he's in the school system there in Oakland, Iowa. And how important is it for you, maybe not necessarily from just a business side, but from a personal side as well, to stay plugged into the community?
Prior to both of us working in the community, we were still very involved with events and things around us because that's something that we grew up with and really wanted to see, I guess, having roots in that small community and being involved just outside of living here and working here. And we are very grateful to live and work close to home and to where the kids go to school and just surrounded by all these wonderful people.
You have what I like to call an entrepreneurial mind. You think outside of the box all the time. For me, I have to rein that in occasionally. Is that something that you deal with as well?
It can be challenging to, have so many what I think are great ideas. And as you know, you can have an idea and maybe pursue it a little bit and realize that was not something that was going to ever work out. But reining in on just saying, oh, well, here's an opportunity here. Let's see what goes, where that takes us. Or, oh, this is a great idea. Or so somebody should do this, but it shouldn't necessarily be me. So the wheels are always turning there, but I don't ever want to, suppress that in any way. It's just something you got to manage, I guess.
Well, and you've been able to grow your business to the point where you now have employees, and that's a different ball game altogether. But I know that you must be a very good interviewer because you've got some great folks working for you.
I do have a fantastic team, and I couldn't be more grateful to have them. And it's interesting because of the pandemic, I was able to provide opportunities for my two team members. They happen to live in the community, and both of them were making that 30 to 45 minute daily commute to work and had shifted to either being furloughed or working from home. And it just kind of was a turning point for them. And I had an opportunity to give them a different option. And it's really just worked out for everybody all together. And I'm so grateful.
Thank you very much for your time. We absolutely appreciate it. And as I said, continued success. And I look forward to working with you more in the future because you and I have done a few projects together, and you're always fun to be around and fun to work with. And I know that your clients feel the same way. So thank you once again. And we'll be seeing you again real soon.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. I appreciate it very much. And I can't wait to see all the great things that you continue to do as well.